A whiteboard is super helpful because you can basically just throw all your ideas out there, and it's very helpful for filtering out process. This is a good activity for you to do. Let's say you're still working a 9 to 5 and you want to start working on a side gig, whether that is extra money for selling artwork that you do, or you're a personal trainer and you want to start getting into training people, or you're a hairdresser or want to become a hairdresser, whatever it is, it doesn't matter. You want to take it to the next level, but you're not sure what to do because you have your job and then you have this other idea, but then you also have another idea that could be another job, and so then you get tongue twisted and tied up and everything like that. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to, if you don't have a whiteboard, you can do it with pen and paper, but I want you to write out the different ones. So, you know, we'll say job 1, job 2, and then if you have job 3, oops, you can write them out there. Messy, I'm not going to worry about it. We're going to just do this little quick training here. So then what I want you to do is take your sticky notes and write on them what it is for each one of the jobs that you have a concern about, or that you feel like you have another idea for. And so then once those stickies are on your job, you're going to start seeing if you can draw any connections between the different ones and see if there's any. Those are terrible, terrible triangles. I swear I can do better than that. But you're going to draw connections between them to see if any. There may be no connection, and that's okay. But then you're also going to be moving them around. So once you actually have those up there, you're going to start moving them around and seeing what goes where and seeing how you can filter out those ideas, and also concerns. You can do this for concerns too. This is great for anything, whether you're doing it all strictly ideas, or if you're doing it for your pros and cons of doing your own business or doing a side, anything like that. Example, so let's say you work full-time and you want to start your own side business, and we'll just say personal training, because I like to work out, so we'll go with that one. So you want to start your side business, right? Well, you're concerned about if you're going to have enough time to do personal training because you're working a 9 to 5 and it demands a lot from you. So you're really wanting to, and you're really passionate about doing the personal training, which could be job number 1. I mean, job number 2, but job number 1 is your 9 to 5. So you need to write down, you know, for job number 1, what time frames do you maybe have available where you can then go over to job number 2 and write down how much time would be required for X, Y, and Z. So let's say I want to train 2 clients a week. Well, typically a personal training session is usually about an hour. So that's about 2 hours for a week that I would have to dedicate to personal training sessions. Not the business, but the session itself. So then you want to add in some more hours for actual business stuff and getting out there. So that's what you would write under job number 2, is all those different things like, okay, I need 2 hours a week. How much am I going to charge? And how many hours am I going to actually have to put in per week to promote, or at least get people to be aware of my personal training efforts while still doing the 9 to 5? And so you can use that for anything, you know? And then from there, you can really look at it, because when it's all in here, we get too tongue twisted and we just forget about it, and it goes in the back of our heads and we forget. And so if you actually put it out, whether it's just all on paper, or I love using whiteboards and paper, once you do all of this, then you can start moving things around and really visually see the reality of if you should be pursuing that idea or not. It's just getting them out there and getting them written down somewhere, because we get lost in our head as well as on social media and typing it on digital, all of that stuff. So it's really just taking a few minutes to yourself, block out 30 minutes if you can to have a little brainstorming session by yourself, and write them out, put them on stickies, put them on a whiteboard, and just see what it actually visually looks like. If you don't have a whiteboard, you can use a mirror. So a lot of you probably have mirrors in the bathroom. Write out, use a dry erase, don't use a permanent marker, but write out, you know, your different ideas or jobs, like I have it here, and go through that process of writing down under each one what your ideas are, what your concerns are, anything like that, and then you can see how how you can make it happen. Or maybe it's not the right time for that, but don't give up on it completely in the moment. Put it in, I use Evernote, so put in a digital notebook called business ideas. And then each note in that notebook can be a different idea. So when you have it, write it down in there, put whatever comes to mind about that idea for the details, and then let it go, and then keep it moving. And then after that, when you need to come back to that business idea notebook, it's there, and you can look at it and say, oh yeah, I remember when I did that 2 years ago, I had that idea, and it's coming up again. Maybe it's something I should pursue. Or that was a fun idea, but it's not going anywhere, so forget it. But at least it's there for you to have it.